everyone and welcome to my channel Make It Yourself. Today we are going to learn how to make this cute little Christmas tree. We'll also be learning how to make the golden star that I have attached at the top of the Christmas tree. With Christmas approaching, I have planned for a few more Christmas related projects, so do subscribe to my channel. Let's have a look at the things we need in today's project. We'll need a green acrylic yarn for the Christmas tree and a 4mm hook and a pair of scissors. So we're going to start from the base of the Christmas tree. So we'll make a slip knot first and then we're going to make a chain of 20. Once we are done with the chain of 20, we are going to slip stitch it to the very first chain so that we get a circle. So this circle is for the base portion. Now we will chain 1 and then we are going to make one single crochet in each of the stitches. So we will have a total of 20 stitches at the end of this particular round. At the end of the round, we are going to make one single crochet in the very first stitch. After that, we are going to make a chain of 5, 3, 4 and 5. Then we are going to work only on the back loops here. So we will skip one stitch and on the next stitch on the back loop we are going to make one single crochet. Next again we are going to make another 5 chain and skip one stitch. So skip one stitch and on the next stitch on the back loop we are going to make one more single crochet. So in the similar manner we are going to repeat this pattern for the entire round, and since we have 20 stitches and we are skipping one stitch, so we should have a total of 10 spaces created. So we're making a chain of 5 for the last section, and after that we are going to slip stitch it to the base of the first chain. So after that we are going to work in the first section. So we are going to make one single crochet over the chain of 5, then make a chain of 3, then again make one single crochet over the chain, then make a chain of 5 followed by one single crochet and followed by a chain of 3 and a single crochet. So we are going to do this same pattern on each of the chain 5 sections. Chain 3, single crochet, chain 5, single crochet, chain 3 and single crochet. So repeat this for the entire round. So we have completed the pattern for all the 10 sections, and after that, on the 10th section we are going to make a chain of 3. So here, if you remember, we have worked only on the back loop, so the front loop will be available, and in this front loop we are going to make our stitches. So the first stitch will not be available because we have used both the loop. So from the second loop onwards it will be available, and we are going to make one single crochet in each of them. So you will see that you'll have a total of 19 front loops available to make this single crochet on. So we are going to make a single crochet on each of the front loops here, and at the end we are going to slip stitch and connect it. So by doing this we are trying to increase the height of the tree. So the first 10 sections are the branches of the lowermost section of the tree. So after that, to give some height to the tree, we are going to make this single crochets. So after we have reached the required height, then we are going to make another section of branches. So here we have completed single crochet on 19 stitches, and then once you reach the first stitch, we are going to make a slip stitch here. You can use a stitch marker to mark the first stitch so that it's easier for you. So next we're going to make a single crochet again on each of the stitches here. So this is the second row of single crochet. So at the end of the row we are going to slip stitch it to the very first stitch. So we have made 2 rows of single crochet here, and now on the third row we are going to make 3 decreases because we want to have a total of 16 stitches so that we can make 8 sections out of it. So we are making a first decrease here. So we pull through the first stitch and have 2 loops, and then we pull through the third to have 3 loops, and we pull through all of them. So we made a 1 decrease here. Then we are going to make 5 single crochets, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and then we're going to make 1 more decrease here. So this is our second decrease, and then we will make again 5 more stitches. So this is the second single crochet, third, fourth and fifth single crochet, and then we'll make 1 more decrease here. So this is our third decrease. Then the remaining will finish off with single crochets, and then once we reach the end of the round we are going to slip stitch it to the first stitch. So since we had 19 stitches and we made 3 decreases, we will be left with now a total of 16 stitches. So here we are going to make 8 sections, that is 16 divided by 2 will get 8 sections. So make chain of 5, we skip 1 stitch, and on the next stitch on the back loop we are going to make 1 single crochet, and then again make a chain of 5, skip 1 stitch, and on the back loop make a single crochet. So repeat this pattern, and by the end of the round you should have a total of 8 sections available. So after we have made the last chain of 5, we will slip stitch it to the base of our first chain of 5, and then into each of the sections, we will repeat the same pattern that we did in the previous round of branches. That is, we'll make a single crochet, make a chain of 3, make another single crochet, and then make a chain of 5, and then make one more single crochet, and then make chain of 3, and then make the last single crochet. Then we move to the next section and repeat the same pattern. So the pattern for the sections, for the branches, will be the same in each of the rounds. And the main point is, as we keep on making the tree, as we go towards the top, we are going to keep on reducing the stitches so that we get a pointed edge at the towards the top of the tree. So we have repeated this pattern 8 times and we have 8 sections. Now we are going to make a chain of 3, and then we are going to the center part to find the front loops which we have not worked on. And since we have worked on the first stitch, it will not be available. So instead of 16, we have 15 loops available. So in each of the front loops, now we are going to make one single crochet. So we should have a total of 15 single crochet at the end of this round. At the end of the round, slip stitch it to the very first stitch, and as usual we are going to make one more round of single crochet. So we should make one single crochet on each of the 15 stitches, and at the end we are going to join it with a slip stitch. So here at the end of this round, we are going to slip stitch it to the first stitch. And now for the next round, we are going to make again 3 decreases. So for the first decrease, we pull through the first stitch and then again through the second stitch and pull through all the 3 loops. So this is the first decrease. Then we go into the next 5 stitches and make one single crochet each. Second single crochet, third, fourth, and fifth. So in the fifth one we made a decrease here, and then so it does not matter how many single crochets you make between the decreases. Overall you should make 3 decreases such that at the end you have a total of 12 stitches. So we want 12 stitches because we are going to make 6 sections now. So we slip stitch at the end of this round. So we repeat the pattern for the branches, that is, we make a chain of 5, then skip 1 stitch, into the next stitch. In the back loop we make 1 single crochet and then again chain 5. So we repeat this pattern and we should have a total of 6 sections at the end of this round. At the end of the round, slip stitch to the base of the first chain and then into the first section make 1 single crochet, then chain of 3, 1 more single crochet and chain of 5, then 1 more single crochet and chain of 3 and a single crochet. So this pattern remains the same for each of the sections, and so we are going to do this 6 times into all the 6 sections. After we have completed this pattern for the last section, we are going to make a chain of 3, and into the center part, if we go, we are going to make single crochets into the front loops. Now here we should have a total of 11 front loops available, because the first front loop we have used both the loops. So we'll be making one single crochet in each of the front loops, and we should have a total of 11 single crochets. And once we have reached the end of the round, we are going to slip stitch it to the first stitch. Now for the next row also, we are going to make one single crochet in each of the stitches. So we should have a total of 11 stitches. So we have been decreasing 3 stitches so far, but in this round, so we slip stitch it to the first stitch. So in this round we are going to decrease only 1 stitch. So here we are making the decrease. We go through the first stitch such that we have 2 loops, go through the next stitch such that total we have 3 loops, and pull through all of them. So we are going to make only 1 decrease, so this is the only decrease. And if you remember, we had a total of 11 stitches at the beginning, so now we should be left with a total of 10 stitches. We slip stitch at the end, and then we are going to make the sections for the branches. So chain 5 and skip 1 stitch, and into the back loop of the next stitch we are going to make 1 single crochet. So since we have 10 stitches here, we will get 5 sections. We will be able to make 5 sections here. So at the end of the round, we slip stitch it to the base of the first chain, and then into the first section we are going to make 1 single crochet followed by chain of 3, and then again 1 single crochet followed by chain of 5, and then again 1 single crochet followed by chain of 3, and then 1 more single crochet. So we'll do this for all the 5 sections here. So we are going to make 2 more sets of branches. So this is the set in which we are going to make 4 sections. So as you can see, we are working on the front loops here, and here we should have a total of 9 front loops available, and we are going to make 2 rows of single crochet as usual, and then we are going to make 1 decrease so that we have a total of 8 stitches, and into the 8 stitches we are going to make 4 sections in a similar manner. So I'm not going into detail of this particular row because it's basically the same. Only thing is we have made 1 decrease and we have ended up with 4 sections, and we are repeating the same pattern to make the leaves or on the 4 sections. So that is the 1 single crochet, chain of 3, and 5 chain of 5 followed by again chain of 3. So we are repeating the same thing, and here we are making 4 sections. So for 4 sections we will be having 8 stitches left. So after this 4 sections we are going to repeat one more set, and this time we are going to make 3 sections. So for 3 sections we will be requiring 6 stitches. So for 6 stitches again we are going to only decrease 1. So the rest of the pattern remains the same. So here we have 3 sections available, and on that we are going to repeat the same pattern, and this will be our last section. At the end of the round we are going to make a chain of 3, and then into the front loops we are going to make 1 single crochet. So we will have a total of 5 front loops available here. So into each of them we are going to make one single crochet. And at the end we are going to slip stitch it to the first stitch. Now we are just going to go in a spiral way. We are just going to crochet into each of the single crochets, and we'll keep on making single crochets, and if required we can decrease also till we get a pointed edge. So here we're just making 1 single crochets, and we are just trying to close the top of the tree here. So if needed you can decrease the rows and then close off the top. Here for me, by making a single crochet in a spiral form itself, I was able to close the end. So here my tree is ready, and here I'm using a candle, artificial candle, which I got it from the Dollar Tree. So you can use any kind of base, you can use a piece of wood. So here we are going to learn how to make the star. We're going to make a magic ring and chain 1. Then we are going to make 10 single crochets into the magic ring. After making the 10 single crochets, we're going to pull the yarn and close the ring, and then slip stitch to the first stitch. After we have made the slip stitch, we are going to make a chain of 4. Into the third stitch, we are going to make 1 single crochet. Into the second stitch or chain we are going to make a half double crochet, and into the first stitch we are going to make a double crochet. Now we are going to skip 1 stitch, and into the next stitch we are going to make a slip stitch. So after the slip stitch, again we are going to repeat the same pattern, that is, make a chain of 4, into the third one make a single crochet, into the second make a half double crochet, and into the first make a double crochet. Then skip 1 stitch, into the next stitch make a slip stitch. So this way we are going to make 5 corners, and at the end we are going to slip stitch to the very first stitch, and we will have a star ready here. So we can use multiple ornaments for the tree. We can use beads, and we can stitch the star at the top. So here our tree is ready, and you can use it as a Christmas decoration. If there is any section which you did not understand, please do leave a comment and I'll be happy to help. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial, and please do subscribe to my channel if you did so, and click on the bell icon for notifications on new videos, and give a thumbs up. Thank you very much for watching.